If dinner time at your house involves separate meals, lengthy negotiations, and a child who survives exclusively on chicken nuggets, French parents have a method that eliminates picky eating almost entirely, and it starts with one radical rule. In France, children eat what adults eat, and mealtime battles simply don't exist the way they do in English-speaking countries. A typical French 4-year-old will happily eat roasted vegetables, fish, complex salads, and strong cheeses without complaint. This isn't because French children have different taste buds, it's because French parents approach food completely differently from the first bite. The method is called food education, and it treats eating as a skill to develop rather than a battle to win. French parents don't ask children what they want for dinner, don't prepare backup options, and don't negotiate. But here's what makes it work. They also don't force, bribe, or punish around food. The foundation starts in infancy. French babies are introduced to vegetables before fruits, establishing savory flavors as the baseline rather than sweetness. By age 1, French toddlers are experiencing bitter greens, pungent cheeses, and herb-seasoned dishes. There's no separate kid menu mentality because the assumption is simple. Children are future adults learning to eat adult food. This mindset shift changes everything. When you view your toddler as someone learning a sophisticated skill rather than a picky eater to manage, your entire approach transforms. Here's the critical distinction. French parents separate hunger from emotion. Food is fuel and pleasure, not comfort, reward, or punishment. A French child who's upset doesn't get a cookie to feel better. A child who behaves well doesn't earn dessert as a prize. This prevents the emotional entanglement with food that creates so many issues later. When food is just food, children can approach it neutrally rather than as a battleground for control or emotional regulation. The structure of French meals reinforces this beautifully. Meals happen at set times: breakfast, lunch, afternoon snack, and dinner. Outside these times, the kitchen is closed. No grazing, no constant snacking, no opening the pantry whenever hunger strikes. Why does this matter? Because children arrive at meals genuinely hungry, which makes them far more willing to try what's offered. When kids snack constantly, they're never hungry enough to be motivated to eat foods that require acquired taste. French children learn that if they don't eat at mealtime, they wait until the next meal. This isn't punitive. It's just how eating works. Portion sizes play a crucial role too. French parents serve small portions of everything, including new or challenging foods. A child might get just 2 green beans alongside familiar items. The expectation isn't that they'll love it immediately, it's that they'll taste it. Research shows children need 10 to 15 exposures to a new food before accepting it, but most parents give up after 2 or 3 rejections. French parents understand that learning to like foods takes time, so they keep serving small amounts without pressure or drama. The no thank you bite rule operates differently in French households. It's not a negotiation or a punishment. It's simply part of eating. You taste everything on your plate, even if just 1 bite, because that's how you learn. But there's no forcing airplane spoons into unwilling mouths, no battles, no tears, just a calm expectation that part of eating is trying. If a child genuinely doesn't like something after tasting it, fine. It'll appear again in a few weeks, prepared differently perhaps, and they'll taste it again. The pressure is off because the timeline is years, not meals. Mealtime itself is treated as a pleasure, not a chore to rush through. French families sit together without screens, conversation flows, and meals last 30 to 45 minutes minimum. Children learn that eating is a social, sensory experience. You notice colors, textures, smells, and flavors. Parents describe food in appealing ways. This fish is so tender. Or, these carrots are beautifully sweet today. They're teaching children to pay attention to food quality and experience, which builds appreciation over time. If you're tired of mealtime stress and want proven strategies that actually work, hit that subscribe button because we're sharing practical parenting methods you can implement immediately. The vocabulary around food matters enormously. French parents never label children as picky eaters because labels become identity. Instead, they might say, "You're still learning to like mushrooms," or "Your taste is developing." This keeps the door open. When you tell a child they're picky, they often live up to that label. When you frame food preferences as evolving, children remain open to change. Similarly, French parents avoid praising children excessively for eating. "Good job eating your broccoli" turns eating into performance rather than a normal activity. The absence of drama in both directions, no punishment for not eating, no excessive praise for eating, keeps food emotionally neutral. Here's how to actually implement this without causing World War III at your dinner table tonight. Start with the meal structure. Establish set meal and snack times, then close the kitchen between them. The first few days might involve protests, but children adapt quickly when the rule is consistent. You're not starving them, you're creating genuine appetite. Next, stop short-order cooking. Serve one meal that includes at least 1 or 2 items you know your child will eat. Maybe they love bread and butter. Great, that's on the table. But the main dish is what it is. No separate chicken nuggets, no backup mac and cheese. Introduce the one-bite rule calmly. In our family, we taste everything on our plate. You don't have to like it, but you do taste it. Then drop it. Don't hover, don't cajole, don't negotiate. Eat your own meal and model enjoying the food. Children are incredible mimics. When they see you genuinely enjoying Brussels sprouts, they become curious. When they see you stressed and bargaining, they learn food is a control mechanism. Serve new foods alongside familiar favorites in tiny portions. Put 3 peas next to the pasta they love. The small amount feels less threatening. And if they actually try it, you can offer more. Serve the same rejected foods repeatedly in different preparations. Carrots might be rejected when raw, accepted when roasted with honey, then eventually enjoyed in all forms. You're building familiarity and showing that foods have variety. Make meals pleasant. Turn off screens, sit together, and talk about your day. When mealtime is enjoyable, children want to participate. When it's stressful and battle-focused, they resist. Share interesting facts about food. These green beans grew from tiny seeds. Or, this cheese is made from cow's milk, just like the milk you drink. You're building curiosity and connection rather than obligation. The French also involve children in food preparation age appropriately. A 3-year-old can wash vegetables, a 5-year-old can tear lettuce, a 7-year-old can measure ingredients. When children participate in cooking, they're more invested in eating the result. They've touched the ingredients, smelled them cooking, and feel ownership. This isn't about making cooking fun through games. It's about making children competent contributors to family meals. Dessert gets handled brilliantly in French culture. It's part of the meal, not a reward. A small portion of fruit, yogurt, or something sweet comes with dinner, whether the child ate well or not. This removes dessert as a bargaining chip. When dessert isn't a prize for finishing vegetables, vegetables stop being a punishment to endure. Both are just parts of eating. What parents find most liberating is the end of anxiety. When you stop fighting about food, meals become peaceful. You're not a short-order cook making 4 different dinners. You're not bargaining with a tiny terrorist over 3 more bites. You make one meal, serve it pleasantly, and let natural hunger do most of the work. Children who arrive genuinely hungry and know no alternatives are coming will eat. Not always enthusiastically, not always everything, but enough. The long-term benefits extend far beyond childhood. French adults have dramatically lower obesity rates, partly because they learned food skills early. They eat when hungry, stop when full, enjoy rich foods in moderation, and don't use food emotionally. These are skills developed through years of consistent, low-pressure food education. You're not just ending tonight's battle, you're building a lifetime of healthy eating. The cultural context includes social expectations too. In France, refusing food served by a host is considered rude, so children learn early that eating what's offered is part of social participation. You can adapt this by framing meals as family togetherness. When we share meals, we share food. That's how our family connects. Start this approach gradually if your child is already deep in picky eating patterns. Don't eliminate their safe foods immediately. That creates unnecessary stress. Instead, begin with meal timing structure. Add one-bite tasting expectations and slowly expand variety. Change takes time, especially if you're undoing years of different patterns. Be consistent, stay calm, and trust the process. Before we wrap up, if you want more research-backed parenting strategies that make your life easier while building capable kids, subscribe now because we're constantly sharing methods that actually deliver results. The French method works because it respects both parents and children. Parents aren't servants preparing multiple meals, and children aren't tyrants dictating the menu. Everyone eats together, everyone tries new things, and food remains exactly what it should be: nourishment and pleasure, not a battlefield. Your child won't transform overnight into someone requesting kale salad, but within weeks you'll notice less resistance, more willingness to try foods, and significantly less stress. The goal isn't a child who eats everything perfectly. It's a child developing a healthy, adventurous relationship with food. And that journey starts with one meal, one small portion, and one calm expectation that they're capable of learning this essential life skill.